Ekiri eno omuli ogutokota Palamenti ekutte ennaali kankutwale abaka batabuse Speaker Anita Amongi onowulira.
For the job well done. When we started this journey, we had an appeal to you, the media, that it's a collective effort to fight against corruption in this country. And we made it clear that we're going to start from the Parliament of Uganda. We made it clear from the beginning, we are not going to any government ministry or any department before cleaning Parliament. Now, as we've been traversing the country, something uncalled for, on 12th July, last Friday, Parliament was invaded by protesters. In this Parliament, whether you're an ambassador, whether you're a professor, you come to visit a member of Parliament, you must get clearance. The procedure is very clear. When a visitor comes, this visitor comes and stops at the gate. At the gate, you are cleared. Number one, you give your national ID or a passport. From there, you register in a book. And before actually you do all that, the member of Parliament whom you have visited is called on phone. That Professor so-and-so has come to visit you. Do you allow? Yes. Then the person starts registration. You leave your national ID, you register, they give you a visitor's card, you come in, transact your business, and you walk out. When you want to see the speaker, it's the same procedure. But a precedent was set here in this Parliament on Friday, July 12th. Protesters with the posters, with the bags, invaded this Parliament. From Sembabule, over 100 people invaded this Parliament.
Actually, they're not from Zimbabwe.
They claim they are from Zimbabwe. We are now demanding from the Speaker, Anita Among, to account for the invasion of Parliament by those protesters. We demand to know who cleared those protesters to enter this Parliament. And they were clearly escorted by police. We have all the recording. Are we safe in this Parliament? Who cleared them and who received their petition? We need an answer from the Speaker. The other day, one Fatuma, one single lady, was arrested by the police of Parliament just at the gate of KCCA for carrying a placard. Now we have over 100 goons who attacked, protested, and boastfully were walking, escorted by the police of Uganda, and above all the ones of Parliament of Uganda. So that means there is now freedom to protest. A precedent has been set in this Parliament. That precedent has been set here. So for any other protest, we want to see the police escort the protesters who are what? Ugandans.
Thanks, Blows. Thanks, Blow. A precedent was made. If you allowed them to come to Parliament, escorting them majestically, now you must allow the Gen B also to come to Parliament and protest. You just give them protection. Don't touch them. Let them protest. 23rd this month, July 2024, the Gen B going to Parliament. We are walking straight to Parliament. We are supported to Bakaba Parliament. Tugenda kunyumira olunaku. Mama, tugenda ku Parliament nga 23 guno omwezi guno gwe tulimu. Ku Lwokubiri lwa wiiki ejja. Tugenda ku Parliament, the Gen B. Abekenya abayita Gen Z, abaana bayita Gen B. Generation B. Uli agabaka bakitaddemu omutima nti balina okutukkiriza tugende banange tulumbe tugenda. Nyambadde.
Yes. We need a complete report on what happened on 12th July in this Parliament. We need it. The task goes back to the Speaker. We need an answer. We are aware these people who came in protesting arrived in Kampala on a Thursday. Thursday they slept somewhere. We know where they slept. Friday they invaded Parliament and went and had a party where they slept. Yes. Eating, drinking, dancing. Saturday they spent a night where they were sleeping. Sunday they were in a party, reorganized themselves and came back to Parliament on a Monday. This Monday with a petition. 5 days in the suburb of Kampala, facilitated, given allowances, taken care of their accommodation. Who they are, Ugandans, we demand to know who those people are. We want their details. We want to know who cleared them at the gate. We demand for that. Meanwhile, our fight against corruption in the Parliament of Uganda is still on. Yes. We started it like a joke, saying we want a debate. We have not been given any help by this Parliament to have a debate. We have moved around the country looking for the MPs who have been kept away from us in recess. We have traversed the country. We started from 1, now we have 172 signatures. We are left with 5. We are going to have that debate in this Parliament. That debate against corruption by the 4 commissioners, you all know, the world knows. Commissioner Solomon Selwani, Akampura Prosi, Afoyochan Esther, Matthias Impuga. They must account to this Parliament and our country, Uganda. We are not giving up. We are here to support the president. He has been fighting the battle against corruption alone. Now we have joined him. And we are going to fight corruption in this country without fear or favor, but it must start from Parliament of Uganda, where we are now. We must be in the books. Yes. We must be in the books in the fight against corruption in this Parliament and our country, Uganda. That is it.
We toured the country, as you are aware. We started with the Bunyoro sub-region, who were in Hoima. We moved to Busoga sub-region and in Jinja. We moved to Ankole sub-region in Mbarara and Bushenyi. We then moved to northern western Uganda in Arua, West Nile. We covered Teso sub-region. We were in Soroti. We were happy to have met the Speaker, the Right Honorable Anita Mong there. We interacted very well. We moved to Lango sub-region. We were in Lira, and Gulu sub-region. Acholi sub-region, we were in Gulu. I'm happy to inform you, on behalf of the members present here, that we did very well. And we went in pursuit of the members since Parliament is on recess. But as we mobilize, some other forces were demobilizing. I remember a very good scenario. We were in Gulu, in Moya. We had a contact with our colleagues. They said, no, Honorable, in public here, hold on a bit. We are coming. We are going to sign now. There is no way we are signing. But let us first be here. In our tent as we are having lunch, we shall sign. But there, again they called, Mama, Sachku and Audrey are here. Run back, run back. So again they left us in Gulu, they ran back to Kampala. And we thought it is an interesting scenario. But something I must tell you, we were able to move because as we speak now, colleagues and the press, we are remain with only one can be tempted to say UPC. Though the senior leaders of UPC, Honorable Ken, James and others, we shall apply to them to allow us, by them signing, to be using the 5. So we are happy about that. But number 2, we are able to galvanize the country. I want to assure you that right from Hoima in Bunyoro up to our last point in Gulu, all the callers, because our program was to go overnight, spend the evening talking to the people on a popular radio talk show and television, then in the morning we would wait for those able to sign. But in the evening we were closely interacting with the population. And they were interesting. Those people there are very wise. I hope they would be the members of parliament. One lady put us a question which I want to share with you, that since we are the bosses of the MPs, because we are the one who send them, if they have failed to sign for a debate, why don't you allow us, the people who sent the MPs, to sign on their behalf? It was quite humbling. But we are grateful that people, the citizens, were able to raise those observations and remarks. That's why I'm happy to be here to report about that. We came back and we are continuing, as if you might ask, we are continuing. Colleagues were able to be foresighted. We never used Article 109, which could put a limit on the time. We have all the time on our hands. So we are continuing. The motion is still very, very strong. We have gotten assurances, and even we still continue to appeal to the public. This fight is for Ugandans. This fight is for members of parliament to come and debate the 1.7 billion stolen by the 4 commissioners. We are hearing now the whole country wants to fight corruption. Cabinet last week was in Chankwanzi on a retreat about corruption. Yes. The civil society organizations and the public, they are targeting, they have earmarked July 23rd, for which we welcome them, to be a day of activism against corruption. So why are members of parliament not signing against corruption? Where are the members of parliament? So we still appeal to the general public to continue pressurizing members of parliament to come and sign up for a debate against corruption. It doesn't mean that the 4 commissioners are by now condemned. No. They'll have the day, the time and the space to defend themselves. They would be in position to defend themselves. But now the question is, why are members of parliament running away from transparency and accountability? But as you know, we want to thank those 172 members. The 172 members is not an easy number. And for us who know the goings on of the motion, we are now already trying to fine-tune our motion. We are lining up our evidence because we cannot fail just on 5 signatures. Already this one is a done deal. So let them do what they have to do, and we are ready. For us, we are preparing ourselves. we are coming up here, we are remaining with only about 2 sub-regions, Karamoja, Sebei and Bukedi, Tororo, Bugisu and Busia there. Bugisu sub-region, Karamoja sub-region, Kapchora sub-region and Bukedi around there. Of course, we have a date with Kabarore and Toro. But since we are many, we can divide between ourselves so that we cover them simultaneously and come now. So I want to thank you, the press. You are keenly following us. I want to thank those members of Parliament whom we could join at their stations and we addressed these matters of public importance. So that is the brief about our tours. And now as Parliament, we have 2 other issues which I want my colleagues to lead. The issue about the July 23rd and the issue about the right to demonstrate, as you are aware, is enshrined in this constitution.
Succeeding, and we are winning the battle. There are some friends of ours, fellow members of Parliament, they are attacking us that we are tarnishing Parliament. Can you imagine? But they have forgotten that the public came to know about what is happening in Parliament before us.
Yes.
We are following the public after they seeing the mischiefs here. And I was reading when I was running his statement one time on a live show. He said, signatures to say Shauna Zake, we have more than enough. We want to have the entire house signing. Now we are asking them to sign, they are fearing. The entire house. I have been asking one of my good friends, the Honorable Basarirwa. I asked, he says, we passed this money, as they always say, in the legal department committee. I said, where is Zakezi money? He said, there you have us. When you talk about Zakezi money, you have us. Can you imagine?
Where is Zakezi money?
The public is aware of what is happening. And I am happy with the public. There is a member of Parliament, I think from Nyabushozi, her voters wrote to her officially, we want to know why you have not yet signed. Another one is in the match India here. I told him, don't talk, you refuse to sign. We are working. We must protect the name of this institution. And a lot is unfolding. As the honorable member has stated, you know the man who led the team here last Friday. He one time went naked, showing his buttocks in the public. However nasty they are, he knows. And he is the one leading people to come and demonstrate against us. We are ready to go and talk, say whatever you want against us, but the facts will remain. What happened is irregular and null and void. No member will convince us with the 5 signatures we are remaining with. Yesterday I was happy, I saw a member signing from the Democratic Party.
Yes.
That was well done. We are pushing. And let me put this on record. There is no single Ugandan, I don't know any member of Parliament, who has been blamed for signing. But those who have refused to sign, they are asking them why they are not signing.
Yes.
They fear leadership. This institution has challenges, and the people who can save them, bring them out of the challenges, are members of Parliament. How do you call yourself a honorable member of Parliament who moves with a head that brains have been removed and you are taking it empty in the public? That no, my brains are kept with somebody, but the moment I see this table, the brains run away. When we were on the steps, the brains come back, we talk about other religious issues. But once it comes to knowing the mischiefs, corruption at this institution, the brains are kept somewhere in the box. There are so many members with the brains kept somewhere in the box. Then afterwards, they come. They go for lunch, brains are back in the food. I want chicken, I want rice, I want spaghetti and the marakwang. Then after eating, you hold your bag, the brains dash out, you go back where they keep them on matters of corruption. The other issue, the Prime Minister of Uganda, Nabanja, you are in trouble. You nickname yourself Majegere, you are Mapapula. You are Biai. Because when you are meeting Mr. Museveni, General Museveni at Kororo, at Chankwazi, you sure we are going to fight corruption. But you are aware of what happened in the commission. You know that this commission last year in March. And the leader of opposition has been demanding for the same.
And she's a member of
and you're a member of the commission. But you are signature to be the first one here. But you are deceiving General Museveni. I will get time to tell this man that those people are deceiving you. They are wearing armor, just putting on combats, wearing caps, that they are like soldiers at Chankwazi. But when it comes to the issue of corruption here, they all take off. Madam Prime Minister, you are the first person to appear in this press conference. We are helping you about this institution as a leader of government business. But as I conclude, and I'm insisting, the public is called upon, public, please come with all your placards and enjoy the fruits of this institution. We are just representing you here after having deceived you in the constituency that we are going to talk, we are going to do this, everything. But at the end of the day, members are performing panchurium here, doing nothing. So please come on 23rd, as many as you want, because the precedent has been set. You can enjoy the fruits of this place. We have a canteen up. When you finish with your papers, go to the canteen and enjoy food and everything. Thank you very much.
There is no retreat and no surrender. Whoever the powers be, whatever the invisible hand behind, this is very loud and very clear,
yes,
that sanity must exist in this parliament. You can't start fighting corruption in the whole country without cleaning where MPs sit, where the policies are made for this country. We are very much aware, possibly by the fears of some of the members, that this motion could be the iceberg to open some of the rot which is existing in this institution. Yes. We are much aware that the system of classes has existed in this parliament. The parliament has been clustered into the nobles and the serfs. Yes. The nobles are very busy enjoying the trips, flying over in and out. The nobles are being facilitated to go for fundraisings in their constituencies, which is not a mandate they brought them. That's not the mandate of this parliament to do so. So the powers behind to be, they should take this warning and caution that no amount of intimidation, no amount of calls, no amount of whatever will stop us to debate this motion on the floor of parliament. We are very much aware that this is an iceberg and an opener. This motion will give an insight of how the employment is done in this parliament. What is the employment structure? How is the employment policy? How is it being employed? How is the welfare of members and the staff in this parliament? Maybe to them they fear that once this motion comes on the floor of parliament, it's going to give that insight. There is nowhere where members of parliament have had a chance to dialogue and discuss with their commissioners. Yes. The commissioners have been pocketed. You cannot have a chance to speak with them. You can't discuss with them. We don't know how parliament is being operated. Come May, come shine, hook or crook, this motion has to be discussed. And for those who want to oppose the motion, they might end up flying on a forged passport, like Napoleon did with the Moscow campaign. We want it to be discussed. Let fairness be on the floor of parliament. If they defeat the motion, well and good. But for those who want to stop it, for those who want to use the visible hand, for those who think they can bribe members, and the motion is not discussed, they should stand warned.
And lastly for me, the media that I've been reading from you, the coverage that has been there has been very objective. And I think you are part of the struggle of fighting corruption. Corruption in the parliament and corruption anywhere it might be. So thank you very much for that.
Yes.
Very much appreciated. Now, I associate myself with this exercise because Parliament is very much stained. The image out there, people keep telling us that we are corrupt, that the Parliament is corrupt. The country is corrupt. We keep hearing the President talking about it. As I understand it, it was a subject of concern at Kyankwanza, corruption. So in my view, under the circumstance, anything that can be done to help fight corruption should be very much welcome. It's in that context that I very much support the censure motion. What I'm hoping is a motion where a matter is tabled on the floor of Parliament.
Yes.
And with a motion, normally somebody proposes and is seconded by one or two people. But after that, all others who are against it have opportunity to provide a rebuttal. To say, no, this is not right, this is how it was. I'm really surprised from my years of experience that some people are preferring that we keep quiet at all about this matter. That's very unprecedented. And I'm behind my colleagues here that this motion should be brought on the floor of Parliament, and let us have a mature discussion. And maybe even the public can get to know that maybe we got it wrong. But it's not just, it should not be just sweeping it under the carpet. Now, the other thing which I find interesting, I've heard some voices condemning the demonstrators. Sorry, the peaceful, demonstration. Now, that peaceful assembly is guaranteed by our constitution.
Yes.
Article 29. It's guaranteed. I don't see any problem with the people coming up and saying this is wrong. You listen to them. If you like it, then you see how they can be supported, how you best respond to what they've said. If you don't like it, then you just keep quiet. But allow them the opportunity to say what is hurting them.
Yes.
They are saying they are against corruption in the country, and that's why they're demonstrating. I'll find it very sad if somebody interferes with that peaceful demonstration. In my view, actually, if it's feared that there'll be rioters and that they will destroy public properties or something like that,
Let them provide security.
Let them provide security, and let there be a proper route that they can follow to where they can assemble. And then they be allowed to say what they have to say. That's my view, and that's why I'm part of this exercise of fighting corruption. Thank you very much, the press. Thanks a lot.
Thank you a lot. Thanks a lot. The Gen B abiri musatu guno kigwera ku Parliament ate kyali kulanga kula ate kyali kigambo kyala kyonna kigwera ku Parliament. The Gen B olwaleero nno kirina okwaka lwe tufunire support bito vamba bakaba Parliament no batwaniriza baga mujje mulago obutali bwenkanya bwammwe temusirikire eyo temukubwa ku mukono mujje mulago obutali bwenkanya bwammwe obutali bumativu bwammwe mu bulage eri Parliament ensetegeere ti bannayuganda si basanyufu n'ebikola bigenda maaso mu Parliament. The Gen B mwana kyakuteyo dda. Thanks bros. Abaka batuwagidde bakikoneddemu nga 23 temusubwa lwakubirirwa wiiki ejja omwezi guno tulimu ogw'omusanvu omwaka gwennyini 2024 wiiki ejja nga 23 ogw'omusanvu tugenda ku Parliament wagwan bombo clats. Agenda Museveni agambye mbu don't dare bwe badde Kenyatta byagala wano naye kale tunaawulira mbaagala nnyo adunda abankuumire Fidexi.